The rule for factoring cubes, and I'm going to use number 9 as an example, is you take the cube root of each piece first, and that goes in your first set of parentheses. So your answer, you're going to have a binomial and a trinomial. And in the binomial, you're going to take your cubed root. So x to the third power is x times x times x. So that's x is the cubed root. And then the cubed root of 512, if you just type that in on your calculator, you'll get 8. And on your calculator, you have to type in a 3 for the cubed root, and then you should see a key that has like a little x with the square root, and then you type in 512. So that's how you do the cubed root on your calculator. So those two values, along with whatever sign you're given, that creates your binomial. So x plus 8 would be a binomial here. And then to fill in your trinomial, you square what you have. So you take your first term, which is x, and you square it. And at the end, you take your last term, which was 8, and you square it. And in the middle, you multiply them times the opposite. So we would do negative x times 8. So that would give us x squared minus 8x, and then a positive 64. Now from here, if you were to continue to solve, which I know you can, you would do x plus 8 equals 0 and solve. And then you would take your quadratic and solve it by either factoring if you can, the quadratic formula. Those two would be my two go-tos. If it doesn't factor easily, do the quadratic formula to finish solving. So that's a review of factoring cubes. So now let's use that in what you've had so far on number 15. So this is the work that you had so far. It's great. So then we get to this point with this cube. So we're going to take this and we're going to do our binomial and our trinomial. And then remember, we said we take the cubed root. So the x to the third would just be x, and then the cubed root of 1 is just 1. It's positive here, so it's positive here. And then to get the 3 terms in our trinomial, we square each one at the beginning and the end. So the first term would be the x squared. The last term would be the 1 squared. And then the middle term, we multiply x times 1 and do the opposite. So multiply by a negative, so negative 1x there. So then when you finish solving these, this is going to give you your other answer of a negative 1. So 1 and negative 1 are both answers. And then if you take your quadratic here, you have to use the quadratic formula, but then that'll give you the other answers that are in the book. Okay. Excellent question. I'm so happy that you asked me to send you an explanation. And please always let me know if you need anything else.